What's going on, guys? Today, I want to talk about what I learned from Thach Nguyen and how I'm going to use this to pivot my personal real estate portfolio. So, these are some key points that hit very close to me when watching and consuming a lot of Thach Nguyen's content. And just to kind of clear the air, because I know everyone's going to ask me this, so I'll address it now. But I'm not related to him, despite having the last name, and I'm not part of his mentorship group. I just only watch his content, which I find to be very valuable. And let me share with you some lessons that hit home for me. So, the lesson that hit home for me was to get out of the rat race as soon as possible, then scale. So Thatch emphasizes if your rat race number is $10,000 a month, for example, do all you can to pay off those properties to then net $10,000 a month after property taxes, insurance, property management fees, repairs, capex, everything else. So in this example, you'd probably need five properties that rent for 2,500 a month that will gross you $12,500 a month, and hopefully from there you'll net $10,000 a month after all expenses, assuming these are all paid off. And what you want to do is focus on acquiring those five properties using the BRRRR method. So buy, rent, or rehab. Sorry, buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. And then once you have those five properties, you can focus on paying those five properties as soon as possible. So what's nice about the BRRRR method, and it's what I use with my apartment complexes, is it allows you to recycle your initial capital. So if I put money into a deal, I do a cash out refinance, I pull out all my down payment, all my renovation costs, and maybe a little bit extra if you bought it right, and then you can recycle that money to buy another deal. So, once you got your five properties using the BRRRR method, you want to pay down all five of those properties as fast as possible. So, if you're positive cash flow, you want to reinvest all that money back into the properties to pay it off. From there, you can uh, buy homes that you fix and flip, or you wholesale for money and then use that money to pay off the homes even faster. So that's what's kind of nice. You want to pay off these five homes as fast as possible. And once those five homes are paid off, you'll be netting $10,000 a month. And you can leave your day job. And at that point, you can focus on scaling. So this is where you have massive amounts of growth. So now that I kind of shared a concept that resonated with me, I want to show how I'll apply this lesson. So I've always been about leveraging as much as possible to have my money work for me, and this helped me scale to 90 units, right? I got five single family homes, 46 apartment units, and a 40 unit mobile home park. So as you can see, I leveraged, right? Most of my apartments, it's about 25% down. My mobile home park was 10% down because it's seller financing. I did a cash out refi one of my high equity single family homes. So it's all leverage. And the reason for that was because interest rates are so low. I was, most of my loans are under 3.5%. And I figured if I pull the money out, I can make more than 3.5% if I invested my money elsewhere, like the S&P 500, for example. You can average 7 to 8%. So you're arbitraging that. But as a result of just me scaling so rapidly, and I'm renovating my apartments, I'm renovating my mobile home park, they're not stabilized yet. I haven't hit my cash flow goal yet. And my goal is $20,000 a month. And as a result, I still have to work full time. To be honest, it's pretty stressful writing out large checks to renovate, two large apartment complexes as well as a mobile home park. And once all my apartments and the mobile home park renovations are completed and rented at market rents and stabilized, I can do a cash out refi on both to basically pull out my down payment, pull out my renovation costs, and then buy another apartment complex. So obviously, the pro is that you're leveraging. You can pull out all your capital tax free, all your renovation costs tax free, any profits above that tax free, and you can buy more real estate. So it helps you scale. But the con is it cuts into your cash flow because now you have a bigger loan payment, right? So if I bought something for $500,000, put in $200,000 of renovation, it could raise the rents from $350 to $700 per unit. My cash flow is going to go way up, like way, way up. And it's probably going to force the value to be around 1.5 million. But if I did a 75% loan to value cash out refinance, I'm gonna have a huge loan now, right? My current loan's maybe 300 and let's say 50,000, and my new loan might be about 1 million. So because I have a higher loan at a higher interest rate, it's going to cut into my cash flow a little bit. So, if I have less cash flow, then I cannot leave the rat race. So if I kind of apply Thach's method and I don't do the cash out refinance on either apartment, I can take all the excess cash flow and aggressively try to pay off my apartment complexes. Once I double the rent, that thing should be cash flowing very well, and I can just focus on paying off all the debt, which isn't much. It's about 390,000, so I can do that pretty rapidly. Another option, which I thought about, is I can sell my mobile home park and use the profits to pay off both apartment complexes. With both apartment complexes paid off, I should be grossing around $28,000 a month in rents. And if you assume a 50% expense ratio, which is what I teach, my students in the Making Multifamily Money course, I'll be netting around $14,000 a month. At this point, that's good money, right? It's not my goal of 20,000, but $14,000 a month. No one will say no to that. I can leave my day job with just my current portfolio. But if I don't mind working a bit longer, which I don't mind personally, I'm still young, I can do a cash out refi on one of the apartment complexes and then buy another 25 unit apartment complex and then focus on paying off those 3 apartment complexes. At that point, I'm probably grossing close to $40,000 a month, and assuming 50% expense, that's $20,000 a month, which is my goal, right? So this is how you can kind of shift your portfolio where, hey, this mobile park is draining a lot of money. I can maybe lock in $1 million of profit on it and use that $1 million to pay off 2 of my apartment complexes and buy a third one. And then once I paid off all 3 of those off, I can retire. And at that moment, once I've left my W-2 job and I'm more free of my time, free of 40 hours a week, I can then leverage the remaining properties, the future properties that I buy, to scale rapidly. So it's kind of like taking a step back to take 2 steps forward. So, that's how once I have that strong foundation built, I have a strong base, I can leave my W-2, whatever real estate moving forward, I can leverage it to scale. And then once I hit a new baseline, I can pay off those properties and build a new baseline. So that might be $40,000 a month in positive cash flow. So this is how you organically scale long term without having to raise any money, without having a partner. It's a lot less stressful, to be honest. Dealing with other people's money, dealing with other people, it adds a lot more stress. And why we invest in real estate is to be have options and freedom. And if you're tied to an investor or a partner, you're not truly free. You're truly at their mercy. So kind of to summarize everything, the lesson I learned is to basically pay off some properties as fast as possible to lay a foundation to help me leave the rat race as soon as possible. And it's kind of getting me to pivot to sell my mobile home park, for example, or I can sell some of my high equity single family homes to take those profits and pay off 2 of my apartment complexes and then focus on buying a third apartment complex, pay that off. At that point, once I have those 3 apartment complexes paid off completely, I can have the option to leave my W-2 job. And at that point, I can leverage and scale. So this is kind of a lesson that hit me, and I definitely am taking that message to heart. And I will keep you guys posted on how I pivot moving forward in my real estate journey. So overall, if you found value from this video, please like and subscribe. Please place a comment on kind of what your financial independence or retirement number is. Mine is 20K a month, and I hope to hit that before I'm 40. So please share it down below. And if you're interested in checking out the Making Multifamily Money course or the direct mailing service that I offer, check out the link down below. And I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.